I think it's going to come down to the second item timing of the Elk, which is usually the Blink Dagger. Radiance around 12 to 14 minutes. Blink Dagger around 16 to 18 is what I last saw when I was looking at builds on the professional level. And if you can get that online in decent time, and I think that might kind of solve their issue. You know, being a little bit of the Thunder stand, if I may here, seeing as they are down one game. Potentially another thing they can look to do is kind of play a little bit aggressive and in the face of Secret, but quite crucially, trying to dodge the Viper early. And I think that's what's going to be really tricky here for them, and where Secret can really look to kind of abuse the fact that this is, you know, as you say, a bit of a greedy draft from Thunder. This Viper, I think, you know, he might not get kills in lane, sure, versus the ABBA, but he's certainly not really countered in this early game. I think he's going to have a pretty strong game here for Rezo.
Yeah, I think whichever lane and matchup Rezo gets should be pretty favorable. I think the only one he doesn't maybe want is the Weaver, but it's hard for Thunder Awaken to force that matchup. They're trying to get this aggressive vision down, so maybe with the idea in mind that they can get favorable matchups, but unfortunately for them, they've already been scouted here. Marcy kind of found out that they were on this hill, and they know it's warded.
Yeah, and they're setting the trap as well for Dark Mago. Crystallis lies in wait there with the Meld Strike, and that's a very easy first blood. Thunder, of course, not ones to run from a fight, are going to maybe give up two more, as Sacred underneath his Tier 1 tower is going to be the second to go. Crystallis diving a bit too far. He's going to live on 6 HP. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think you need to eat that Tango. Just deny yourself and reset here.
There he goes.
May miss a tiny bit of the first wave, but that is a great stop for Team Secret.
Indeed. Couldn't have gone much better there. Perfectly done as well by Secret. They anticipated that move perfectly. They ping out the ward even by Zayats. Excuse me. They set the trap underneath their mid ward and are going to be rewarded with 2 kills. Who got first blood there? Was it even Crystallis?
It was Crystallis, yeah.
Hard to go much better.
Yep. He's going to be going to that safe lane with a nice chunk of extra change. He brings Puppey his items, his extra sentry wards, so that's going to help this top lane, because I think Weaver Monkey King, when I look at these lanes, that is a kind of strong point. I think it's hard for Puppey to get into the jungle to grab creeps, because there's so much catch that can kind of punish him.
Loses Courier. Not the biggest steal. Might delay his Soul Ring by a bit, but some bonus gold at the very least for Nisha. Yeah, getting into the jungle is going to be difficult, but it is also going to be, I would say, even more difficult for Matthew to maybe find good use in this lane. Again, the Monkey with Primal Spring, you want to be jumping on heroes and playing aggressive, but in this lane, if you mess it up, Crystallis is here with the Meld Strike, and that's plenty of damage, although nicely dodged there by Matthew.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Chen is not just about the creeps anymore. Penitence with all the attack speed, you've got some laning presence, and with a right clicker like a TA, if you hit those Meld Strikes, that's -5 armor and plus 30 attack speed just at level 1. Once you start getting level 2 Penitence in this lane, you can't really go on TA if she can turn back and hit you with Penitence.
Matthew body blocking the small camp for Puppey. The hard camp didn't have any level 3 creeps in it, so Puppey being condemned to the jungle. Best he can grab, I don't know, can you grab a Hellbear? Well, nice.
Oh, he jukes.
Yeah, good jukes.
Oh, he lost the Jingu.
Yeah, Puppey, they're just happy to be buying time. It's time there. His core is safely farming away. Nisha starting to really struggle as well in this mid lane as far as HP goes because of the strength of Acid Spray in the mid lane. But now with the Bottle of Regeneration, he should just be A-okay. Puppey's going to go over to the mid lane and steal a camp, and he's found the Hill Troll Priest. Not bad at all.
Yep. He'll happily take that, and he blocks the camp as well, so gets pinged out, but it's just annoying because someone's going to have to come over, make sure they deward it. Alchemist himself doesn't really want to run away from any creeps to do this, so not having the easiest impact on the top lane. Puppey just finding a way to impact the game elsewhere.
Yeah, very true. Even make sure that the Wave's in a situation top lane where he's not really griefing his core, of course, right? Now he's going to be likely returning to the top lane, now that Crystals has to go a bit further for creeps, but Wave was underneath his tower. He can CS that just fine by himself. Matthew, in the meantime, I think maybe stacks. No, not quite. He's going to avoid the stack timing for now and maybe look for a kill on the Puppey.
Yeah. He's trying to just keep tabs of this Chen, it feels like, but I guess with that, the top lane, like, Sacred, this is a free farm lane for him. Like, he's in a pure 1v1 against the TA. So far, you can see top of the CS, not having any issues, even with the TA getting that first blood earlier. Crystallis is having a really rough lane so far.
bottom here, the only thing we haven't commented on much, we do see a surprising lack of kills for a Viper Marcy lane. I think this was probably the first laning partner that pros started really experimenting with when Marcy was released and let loose into Captain's mode. Just very simple, right? Rebound, move speed, with Viper, especially level 2 poison attack, can be nigh unstoppable. Well, here's a lane that certainly does at least put a little bit of a slow to that momentum.
Yeah, just the defensive prowess and CK having some self-sustain means you can't just be totally harassed out of this lane as well. So holding their own for now. I think this lane does get trickier as the levels start building up on the Viper and the Marcy. Marcy is going to maybe find a courier here as well. So that's a nice little find for Zayats, but not the end of the world here. For me, the big questions are going to come a bit more around this, like, you know, 5 to 10 minute stage once the Alchemist starts trying to head up the jungle, whether or not they can contest that.
Dark Mago is still going to collect the water rune. No bottle for him, though. Nisha content on fighting through this, even in the acid spray. Dark Mago, though, with the Fairy Fire, still living through it. Nisha might have overcommitted, dying to creeps. No, gets the rebound away, and it's Zayats instead who will pick off Dark Mago.
Wow. That was so close. Nisha just taking away the poison, managing to just stay out of range.
He's going to die down bottom. Matthew TPs, but can do nothing because he is only a Monkey King into a Viper.
Yeah, that's the double TP mid. Both supports leave the bottom lane, and Viper's like, great, I can go on you now. You haven't got the Aphotic Shield. You haven't got the Mistcoil heal, and that means I get to get these kills. And that's a really inefficient play now from Matthew. Not to say it was a bad play, but the end result is suddenly he's used his TP, he's stuck bottom. His TP's on cooldown, he just doesn't have one. So suddenly he's very limited in what he can do on the map because of that TP not even saving his carry.
Yeah, and I want to just remark on what a mental victory that must feel like for Nisha, right? I mean, that's basically all he was doing last game, especially before like the Blink Dagger on Dark Mago. He's already kind of off to the same start here, just barely living through these engagements, getting the better of the enemy mid.
So it's going to get some little help here, perhaps in the top lane. He's got the heal coming in from that Troll Priest, so that's going to help salvage his lane because it has been pretty rough so far. But now that Monkey King's made his way back up here, but he had a little bit of free time to at least get some CS for himself.
He can try and look for Puppey. He does have a lot of sustain here with the Hill Troll Priest. Probably not enough, though, as he will go. Matthew does get Jingu off that, but Crystallis is just going to chop right through him. Does at least get off the Fairy Fire. That'll buy enough time for Sacred certainly to get away. As mid lane, Dark Mago was dove by Nisha, who missed. Dark Mago then, with the Chemical Rage now wearing off, is going to give a bit of a chase here. There's going to be a haste rune scouted and into the bottle for Nisha, who does have another Astral Step ready to go in 5 seconds. Might look to turn this. They know that there's no Chemical Rage. Yeah, they're going to call on reinforcements. In goes Zayats as well. Dark Mago continuing to farm. Is going to farm one wave too many. Cannot pick the kill onto Zayats. And Zayats isn't even going to go either to the Boundless Strike of Matthew. Ooh. This is Secret. Just, it feels like really outplaying Thunder right now in these small engagements.
Yeah. You can see why they love, I'm sure Nisha, it's not even like they love picking this for Nisha. I'm sure he's calling for this hero. Just the ability to like play a hero like Void Spirit, similar to the Puck in so many ways when you have like a specialist on this hero that can push the hero to the limit. Similar with Zayats on this Marcy, just the ability to go in, do as much damage as possible, and then get out on a sliver of health is just really hurting Thunder Awaken. They keep reacting to the Secret aggression, like with TPs, with counterplays, and they never secure these kills. Secret just seem to always be getting out on a sliver of health.
It's like cold and calculated here by Captain Puppey, perhaps. But yeah, they just always manage to get out, just barely get the batter. They might look again. Zayats mid. No, just a bottle refill. Oh, no, they are going to make a go, actually. But Dark Mago does get off the Chemical Rage into the Aether Remnant. The regen seems a bit too high for Dark Mago. Or is it? No, he's going to go to the marked damage. Here come the supports, but yet again, after their core has taken now his 4th death on the mid lane Alchemist. One was for first blood. They at least this time will get Zayats in return, but they rotated 3 heroes for that, including the off-lane Weaver.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that I feel like Thunder Awaken were making, and Secret were punishing this last game. The punish there is a Marcy kill, but realistically, like that's a Void Spirit who just used double Astral Step plus all his spells. If you're there quick enough, you can kill the Void Spirit, but they just don't have the heroes that rotate and punish. This is maybe the downside of what they've drafted here. Or you're asking someone like Weaver Sacred to TP in, because Weaver can punish a play like that, but his TP was on cooldown. So I think that's partly why Secret knew they could go for a move like that. And at some point, Thunder Awaken's just going to have to be asking or forcing somebody to start making some plays.
Yeah, for sure. Pikaz has been a bit limited down bottom, especially with now Panda looking to go mid twice. Yeah. He has been heavily out-denied by Viper. At least Reza with no kills, pardon. Might look to change that now. They got Nisha rotating over. Nisha make that from the middle lane, as Panda is going to be the first kill very easily as well. It seems like Pikaz will get out of the line of this one in time. Careful here, though, Matthew.
Just dragging creeps to the Alchemist, but he'll pay the price, perhaps. Oh, okay, he barely lives.
Yeah, just barely. I think he has to dodge some damage there with the Mischief, and might even be able to avoid the kill altogether. However, Dark Mago yet again in trouble in the mid lane. Another rebound down over. Dark Mago does not have the Chemical Rage for 18 seconds. It's on cooldown. Aether Remnant's going to miss, though. And with Panda now ready to reinforce his ally, there should be no longer a kill threat onto the Alk.
Matthew's still hopping around. He's got only 150 health, so does have to be careful, but he's just looking to maybe offer a boundless strike if there's an over-aggression from Nisha.
Dark Mago here does have Chemical Rage ready to go. There's another quick D word out from Thunder, ensuring that Alk can continue to stack up the Grievous Greed. So far, no points into the Unstable Concoction, of course, for the mid-Alk. A bit greedier than your safe lane or even off-lane Alk especially would be.
I mean, these lanes kind of started well initially for Thunder Awaken, but all the moves since then have heavily favored Secret. They're up 8 kills to 2, and suddenly they're the ones out-farming Thunder Awaken. Other than the Alk, 3 of the top 4 are on the side of Secret. And they're going from kill to kill with Nisha moving.
Yeah, he's just free this game, it feels like. In fact, they're going to threaten Dark Mago all the way near his medium camp by the tier 2 in the mid-tower. Zayat's not likely to go diving versus under a mid-tier 2, however. We'll probably show some restraint there. Under a tier 1,
this is the beauty of playing the Alk. You don't have to kill him here. You're just keeping him away from camps. Yep. Especially when you're the Void Spirit. Like, you're kind of the 3 position. Like, in terms of farm priority, like, Nisha is the lowest. Like, Viper and TA are more important.
Okay, Boundless Strike is reserved there for Rezo. It's Dark Mago, who might just be dead regardless, but no, there's going to be at least the Aphotic Shield. Instead, it's going to be Matthew who dies first. Puppey already has Mechanism up. Sacred forced to at least time-lapse away, but it's going to be Dark Mago tossed back. The double stun as well collects Sacred, and with the creeps surrounding him, it's an easy kill there for Secret. You get 3 and maybe even 4 as Pikaz shows up to fight with no items, and he's just food for Rezo. His 3rd kill in the engagement. Everyone's full HP thanks to Puppey, and this is probably just a tier 1 as well for the taking for Secret. Already a 4K net worth lead.
Yeah, and they do that like 4v5. Chris Ellis is top lane. He's taking the safe lane tier 1. This is never how a Dota game's meant to go. Carries don't take the safe lane tower. But when you're winning a 4v5 fight, Puppey with such a fast mech, and like, that's the thing. They've gone for this greedy drop. CK's not ready to fight. He laned into Viper. He needs catch-up time. Weaver's like the only one ready to fight, but that's not enough.
Well, maybe Zayats has gone a bit too far this time around. Dark Mago, of course, still doesn't have a point of the concoction, so he's going to be held back by the 8th round, but rotations are now mounting up from Thunder. They at least get Zayats. Tier 1 tower's been taken, of course. But
these these kills don't feel good, though. Like, you're bringing 3 or 4 heroes to kill a support, and you're like, you look around and you're like, okay, so who in our team is farming, though? So you suddenly like, oh, this is not an efficient play. Whereas Secret, TA is farming the jungle. Viper's farming bottom. So if anything, that like 30-second span when Marcy died was actually Secret favored because they got way more farm on the map.
And even if you look at other objectives, TA doesn't get the tower top lane, but does put it well within deny range. And versus a Chen, I mean, he just literally throws 1 creep at that thing and it's dead already. Yeah. The map's starting to close off. Look at where Puppey's farming. Sure, you know, you do expect to trade jungles at some stage, but Thunder right now, with all the tier 1 towers still available to TP to for Secret, there's just no room for them to invade enemy jungle at this stage. They're not farming the map nearly as much of the map. Sure, they have an Alk who will farm efficiently, but how efficient can you farm when you've taken 5 deaths? It's brutal. Yep.
Yeah, and you can't, like, that fight made us, I kind of just want Thunder Awaken have to take because of how badly this game's going. But it just goes horribly for them because they don't have the damage against a Chen mech.
Sure, it's going to be stunned once. Again, there's no follow-up stun, so he's free to just leave the Wukong's command.
Nice disengage.
So we'll just disengage for now, and likely can look to go right back on in. I don't see a whole lot that's stopping them here, just maybe a creep wave. Sacred. Sacred to be sent back. They got vision with the Sentry Ward. Aether Remnants. Control is perfect there. No offlaner for Thunder. And now Panda.
Level 5 ABBA.
He doesn't even have level 6.
Yeah.
The Remnant's going to catch him. Rezo starting to stack up the damage, at least a little bit of it dispels, but it's just way too much. Nisha now on a mega kill streak, 5-0-7. It's 3-15 here. Thunder have lost top tower in the meantime, so now even less space for them to safely farm on the map, and tier 2 could be coming soon here. Puppy's already throwing creeps against the tower.
Yeah, they were seeing the problems with this draft, picking these 3 greedy cores who want to farm, and it's not totally, like, I mean, that's exaggerating a little. Like, Weaver's happy to go to these fights, but it's the thing is, you need, if you CK at a better lane, this game could look kind of different, because suddenly you've got a CK Weaver who are both really strong. Monkey King can like give vision and set things up, but the lanes, you can't expect lanes to go well when you're up against Viper Marcy and up against a Chen.
Yeah, a nice job by Secret, just obviously recognizing the position of the game, and that's their tower for the taking. Thunder in no position to be looking to contest that. Secret, they bring 4 heroes down bottom with the Chen creeps, and that is a tier 2 down 14 minutes into the game.
That's such a fast tower. They've caught Weaver again, but
a time lapse.
Yep.
Get out. Full Vessel on him as well, and I believe Dark Mago now has Radiance completed. Panda at least going to live a bit longer. Some precious seconds. Bit more farm, maybe for Dark Mago, but no more for Panda. Luckily, no more for Matthew as well, as he's going to be the second to fall. Rezo already has, oh my goodness, he has farmed a full Dragon Lance and 1 of 2 ultimate orbs for Eye of Scotty.
He's absolutely massive. Meanwhile, top lane, Chrysalis is just solo killing a Chaos Knight.
That's not why they drafted the CK. There's going to be a stun onto the TA at least, but Zayats rotates to the tier 1 tower. There is no tier 1 tower here, by the way, for Pakaz to receive reinforcements. It's only Sacred who can, all that he can muster is just simply a Sakuchi on through. They are diving now for more as they look for Panda. They know he's got no ulti ready. Ward affected there. There's Puppy just doing Chen things. He's going to set up for the kill onto Sacred. Panda, easy pickings underneath the vision that Secret have now put up there. And this is maybe another tier 2 tower? Oh my goodness, this is...
So, the good news is Dark Mago has snuck his way into the enemy jungle.
Oh.
He's somewhere safe where he can farm, and there's a decent amount of farm here, and he should be able to stick around undetected for a while. The bad news is Secret's probably going to get Roshan and be poking at your high ground soon, but at least Dark Mago has found himself into some farm here.
That is certainly good news. He finally has gotten as well that first point in Unstable Concoction, so now you at least have a second, maybe a third stun, I should say, with Boundless Strike as well available for Thunder. So that is something. Radiance online, BKB at this rate is not going to be too far. I mean, it's still an Elk. He's still the richest hero in the game. The problem is he's just not really ready to 1v3. 1v4 even, it feels like, with Puppy at this stage. Being so strong.
Oh, perfect timing. Double damage rune as TA completes Desolator, so this is probably free Roshan. There's no vision, there's no items that under Awaken can really fight around there. They're not grouped for a smoke. This is just, we're going to farm while you take Roshan.
And I mean, the team fight even for Thunder is not really all that great, is it? It's basically just our core runs at you, it throws a stun, and then hopefully we kill you. There's not a whole lot of, you know, no arenas, no kisses. Oh, by the way, Roche is dead. That was fast. Aegis, of course, for Chrysalis.
Yep. Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, you're going to have the high ground advantage for that team fight theoretically, so maybe you're looking, you know, finding under Asset, under Wukong's, but I think similar to that fight we saw at the tier 2 bottom, hold that thought.
The
DD?
Get
the jump on Pakaz's CK.
Okay, gets off the ulti, 4-second stun. Oh, it's not good enough onto Nisha. Pakaz, at least with the armlet toggles, getting out of this one alive for now, but the Melt Strike as Chrysalis will nuke through one.
Oh, no,
Nisha even catches Sacred, who is going to be forced to time lapse. Oh, but he's all the way back bottom, gods. He TP'd. And Panda's dead as well to Chrysalis. There's no one on the high ground.
It's just Rax. I would say multiple lanes, but luckily there's a tier 2 tower mid. They could go for bottom lane, but maybe they don't want to make the trek across the base, but they delete buildings here. Rezo's got the shard on Viper too, so he can hit some towers. I love this pickup. You know, this game is just all Secret.
Oh, it is. It is. And I have to say, gods, Twitch chat, we did it.
Yep.
We did it.
This game's all Secret, and it's all the viewers. The viewers are happy. What a fitting way to start the tournament. Thank you, Team Secret.
Thank you, Team Secret. Fantastic games here already out from them. Still some time to potentially turn it around for Thunder, but now it's already feeling like we're grasping at straws. This first Aegis is usually when we say, okay, don't get too greedy, don't go high ground, but I mean, all systems go. Let's get up there. Here goes Chrysalis kicking this one off. A nice stun onto him, but already Pakaz feeling forced back. In goes Dark Mago, has a BKB. That could be the first life here onto Chrysalis as the Chen heals. Not enough. That's Mech and Hand of God both used. They have the Acid Spray and the Wukong's Command both up. Alk is ticking down, but still kept alive. Another stun coming for Chrysalis, but they do get him at least outside of the Wukong's Command. Dark Mago chasing for more under the cover of the BKB. Will force back Secret. Only losing the Weaver as well, a respectable hold, but where do they go from here? I mean, a respectable hold.
I mean, I guess they buy some time. Like, there's no more Aegis to worry about. I think if you're Secret, you're like, okay, maybe we need to wait for like this Link or BKB on TA, but if anything, I think you just feel like we don't want to keep punishing. They've got no items. Let's keep fighting.
Oh, no.
He's pulled in. He's hurricaned in.
Try to TP out.
Ambitious?
Ambitious? I mean, some would say I think no other moves to make other than just that. Such is the state of the game right now.
They're ready to go once again. They
Oh,
just keep
no, the
poking in Zayas.
Yeah, the poke back. The Force Staff at least does get Dark Mago to safety. Matthew putting himself on the line, finds only one with a stun as Zayas is down to the low ground. Throw at least an unstable concoction at Rezo, a parting gift. And I suspect they'll just be basically right back. Pakaz back in 5 seconds, though. Will give them some pause. I reckon Secret are going to look to farm up another volley of items before they make another go at high ground now.
Very controlled from Secret, like not overextending, even when it looked like with the Aegis, like maybe the TA was going to die twice. The Marcy was there. Like, Chen's heals were on cooldown, but Marcy's like, don't worry, I've got you disposed, pulls him out of the Wukong's Command, gets it back to safety, and throughout all that, it's like, Secret lost just an Aegis. Like, it was just a perfectly well-composed high ground push where they never overcommit on anyone.
Absolutely. Mid lane. Thunder, again, they've bought them time, themselves a little bit of time to do something, but we can get done. A lot of the auto attacks missing, at least courtesy of the Radiance. Dark Mago easily living through that kill attempt. Zayats is going to pay the price here. Okay. So a man up now are Thunder, as they can continue trying to reclaim parts of their map.
Yeah, they want to, this is as close to their time as you got to imagine it could be. The BKB's out on Alchemist. I mean, CK Pakaz would love one himself, but I'm not sure he's going to get the luxury or the time to necessarily farm one. But for Secret, I think, you know, they're going to be at a bit of a crossroads here. The TA's BKB not out just yet. The Viper close to Scotty. That's definitely an item you can wait for. But the BKB is the one you're kind of going to ask yourselves, like, how long can we, you know, farm versus do we want to keep applying pressure and putting them on the back foot?
Yeah, very true. I wouldn't mind a Blink Dagger either, if I'm being completely honest, on Dark Mago at some stage to just kind of make your catch a bit easier. Of course, AC feels a little bit more important for him right now, so he can start doing a bit more damage. That seems to be the issue, especially versus a Chen, right? I mean, especially with a Chen with Holy Locket already online. I don't know if the Holy Locket will keep him online long enough here, though. He does get a nice little Hurricane out towards Nisha, who is going to be a good backup. But closing the gap is Dark Mago. Throws the stun here onto Zayats. Sacred now looks to turn plenty of minus armor. Zayats is melting here, but Dark Mago might have overextended. There's the Hand of God out from Puppey, who's very fast courtesy of the rebound. And Dark Mago is just going to go down to Chrysalis. Panda likely to follow. No ulti on him for 10 seconds. He's also underneath the ward, so Rezo can just spit at him from distance. That's now Scotty coming to him. Thunder look for an easy kill, quote-unquote, onto the Puppey Chen, and only find themselves now down a mid laner.
Yeah, when Puppey get this much farm, there's no easy kills on his Chen. Because we'll be able to TP out this time around. But yeah, that Chen's a bit of a bait. You've got Mech and Holy Locket, even with the Spirit Vessel charges. Puppey gets helped out by his buddy Nisha, and even the reduced heal was enough to keep him alive because it was really just Weaver who was able to chase him down. And now Weaver's got no Spirit Vessel charges, which makes things so much more difficult in these fights to get these kills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spirit Vessel, Eye of Scotty now, right on Rezo, further reducing lane. It's really starting to add up. This is, of course, the Secret without Aegis. Roche can't even respawn for another minute and a half, and yet they continue to poke high ground. They even get the Fortify out from Thunder. But the items that at least they continue to come online for Dark Mongo. He's rapidly approaching this AC. Maybe he has it up by the time to fight for the last barracks. It does kind of feel like that kind of game, especially as his courier is sniped on its way to the secret shop.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of these games where Thunder Awaken are going to have to make some desperate plays, but also just like, you know, 5-man smoke. Let's just try and get the jump on Secret. We can't have these fights where they have a positioning advantage. They, you know, they camp a high ground by a ward, play around all their heals. Thunder Awaken need to be the ones trying to find some way to jump, particularly heroes like the Chen who bring all this heal and save to the frontline course. You got to kind of ignore these Vipers and things because going on them is just a recipe for disaster. That's how you're going to get completely destroyed in a team fight.
Matthew, he's a 4-staff away. Of course, no amount of 4 staffs can stop Nisha from running you down. Zayats is going to be there to collect the kill. At least this does buy time. He kind of, you know, danced around in front of him long enough for Dark Mongo to yet again sneak into the enemy jungle, where he's left a Pupil's Gift on the floor. There we go. And he's found the 2 greatest camps right there for himself, by the way. 2 Mud Golems, as well as the Hill Troll Summoner camp is lots of gold for him. I think nearly now has enough for AC. Yeah, he's just about 200 gold shy.
Right. He's happy with that and done a good job just getting into this top jungle. They seem to have an idea of that he's up there. Crystallis was kind of circling and pinging it out, but Secret are making the decision to ignore the Alchemist and just keep pressuring the base. Even without Aegis here, I want to keep making these moves, but without TA, there's not really any threat into this high ground, I feel. It's almost just like a fake show of strength from Secret that, oh yeah, you know, we might push your high ground, but realistically, Secret's waiting for Roche number 2 here.
Yeah, I think they'd be most comfortable with that. The Deso, BKB, you know, TA is online, but bolstered by an Aegis. I think there's literally nothing that stops this TA running down, running you down anyway in your base. But there's a BKB now for Pakaz. Dark Mongo now ready to show off his new AC, so further, I suppose, de-amping or amplifying the minus armor that they have. A little bit of juxtaposition there, but it makes sense in some way, and all that really amounts to some pretty serious physical burst damage, and that's going to be real nice into the BKBs that Secret are
5-man smoke. They've got vision on them.
There they go.
They've got a ward at the
Oh,
Roche.
but Nisha, he interrupts it all. Silences 4. Might be able to pick off both supports at the get-go. Pakaz as well, kept away from Rezo, who is going to be kiting around Dark Mongo. Stomped as well by the puppy Chen creep. BKB active. The Chen heals coming through now as Crystallis easily fights through Pakaz, who is left worse for wear on the high ground. Sacred left turning tail to run as Pakaz at least able to evade death for now, but Crystallis continuing to give chase with the Meld Strike, has the kill. Sacred run down by Rezo, and it started off so good for Thunder, but quickly went down the drain as even Dark Mongo farming right next to the outpost is going to be the last to go. A full team wipe there for Secret. Roche is up ready to go, but it's not going to matter because Thunder will throw in the towel.
Yeah, that was the 5-man smoke. They could be roaching. We've got a ward there and everything. All the conditions for that fight were met for Thunder Awaken to have a good fight. They just finished like their key items, the BKB and the CK, but you still see like the downsides of their draft. They don't have a good way to start a fight. They have like what, a Boundless Strike,